Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this vine hairband right here. This video is going to be a little long, so let's just jump into the items we need. We need a hairband, we need crystal beads in several shades, that's claw stones right there, and then we need wires, and I need this bead as well. So let's jump in. So we're going to be picking the wires, and we're going to be dropping all the beads we're going to be using on the table, and then I'm going to be picking sand bead right there and two of the teardrop beads. Next thing I'll do is to shift the sand bead upward a little bit and then put the wires through the first teardrop bead and just pull it. So after I've done that way, I'll just pull it and make sure it's really tight. And make sure the wires are okay. Then push the one at the bottom upward and then twist the wires together, and that's all we'll have. So I'm going to be opening up the wire right here, and I'm going to be picking another bead. So I'm picking that color right there. I'm picking two as usual, and then I'll also add a sand bead as well, like I did the first time, and then we'll push the sand bead out as well, and then put the wires through the first bead, pull it as usual like I did the first time, and twist. So I'm going to be doing this until I get the vine that I want. So after twisting it, I have three right there. I'm going to be twisting all the three together so that we can have a stronger vine like this. So I just did that, and this is what I have. I'm going to go ahead. That's one. That's actually the easiest way to fix a vine. I just put it that way and just twist. But I wanted the bead to look bigger. I wanted the vine to have more volume. That's why I made it two all along. So I'm going to keep doing that, twist it that way, and just continue till I get the actual length that I want. So what I basically did was to mix all the beads I used randomly. I just picked it however I wanted to achieve the actual design that I wanted to achieve. So I'll just go ahead and continue adding the beads, adding the vine, creating the vines, and I did it all together in about 16 pieces. So this is just how I did it. So this is how the finished work looks like, as you can see, and these are all the versions I did. All of them have different sizes, and I made each size in twos. That's why you had it like that. So I'm going to be taking out the fabric out of this hairband because we need the metal part without that black fabric. So what I'm going to do right here is to start fixing the vines. Now there were extra wires at the bottom of each vine. I'll just twist the wires around the metal hairband and just arrange it the way I wanted to. So now I made these vines in twos. So I'll just pick the second one, which is about the same size, and put it sideways and also twist it. So what I did was I put the smaller ones at the bottom and made the bigger ones on top. So actually one size had four because I had to replicate the same size on the other side. So I picked the next size right here, and I'm twisting the wires around the metal hairband. So after doing that, I'll pick the one that's supposed to be on the opposite side. That one was too long there, so I just cut off the extra. But if you want to fix it all, like you want to do all of it, there's no big deal, it will still work. So I just picked the pair, the other one, fixed it that way, and repeated the same process, twisted it around as well. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you twist it around and it stays tight, it doesn't fall off or loosen out and all that. Wires would stay, it won't just go off. So I cut off the extra right there as well. As you're working, just make sure you keep adjusting it so that everything stays in place the way you want it to stay. So I'll pick the next one right there, and then I'll attach it the way I did the other one, and I'll just keep going until I am done. So after doing this one, I'll pick the opposite side as well and repeat the same process. Just make sure you twist it round and carefully so that it stays put and stays well properly. So this is 3 rows I did here, or 3 pairs as the case may be. I'm going to also be fixing the 4th pair. I fixed the first side already, and that's the last one. So I'll just put this one right there and repeat the same process. Please fix this however you feel like it's okay to. It's absolutely up to you. So what I did in this case was that I just fixed it at this other side. After I finish doing it, I'm going to be repeating the same process for the other side. So this right here is what I have. So let's go ahead and fix the other side, and then I'll come back and show you. So I'll repeat the same process. So now I have done the two sides. This is what it looks like. Now next thing I'm going to do is to cover it up. Of course, the wires cannot just stay like that, so I need to cover it up. So I'm using that strip to cover it up. I just you know, gummed that part so that the edges can look smooth, and the hairband doesn't show or even poke someone in the process. So that's what I did for both sides right there. Next thing I'm going to do now is to start using the strip to cover the hairband. We're going to be doing this from the beginning to the end. We're going to be using the wrapping method, so I'll just go ahead and start to wrap. This right here is how the wrapping is done. While you're wrapping, of course, you know that we have the vines in between here and there, so you have to be careful. Put some of them out of the way while you're twisting. Putting it out of the way doesn't mean you should change the shape or how it sits or covers what you're not supposed to cover, but just do it carefully. Make sure all the sides are covered, and the idea is to give us a very neat finishing and make the hairband, you know, more beautiful and glowy. So I'm going to keep doing this until I've covered the entire hairband. So I've gone halfway right here, and now remember that the middle was empty. It was intentional to leave the middle empty. If you want to also do this vine for the whole thing, it's fine. So this is what it looks like after we had covered it. It's beginning to take shape, right? So next we're going to be doing is to be fixing these claw stones on the hairband, and we're going to be working it all the way from that portion to the end. So I'll go ahead and use an invisible thread to attach it, just to also give it a beautiful outlook. Now I could have left it like this as well, it would have also worked. However, the extra woman in me decided that no, let's attach the stones. And now we've attached the stones. This right here is what it looks like. Do you like it? So now we have finished doing it. If you notice, the wires are flying everywhere. So I'm going to be arranging these wires, the vines, I mean. So what I'm going to do is use a needle and thread through the vine and the hairband to give the vines a definition, so it doesn't just twist off or fall off. So I'm using the needle. At some point I also use the wires to just put one or two together. So this right here is what it is. So now I've attached it. This one now came together in a certain way. At some point I also use the wire, to just tiny strips of wire, to just attach one or two together at some ends. So if you look at that particular one right there, I just put the wire through it, picked one of the beads on the other side, and just twisted it together like that. So after twisting it, I also wrapped the wire in such a way that it doesn't also, you know, look rough or maybe poke the person wearing it and all of that. So this right here is what it looks like after I had arranged it, and this is it. Feel free to try this in any color of your choice, and trust me, it will come out really nice. So I wore it on my mannequin head with a wig, and it looks good, right? Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.